Hey everybody, Board Game Maniac here. Thought I'd spend some time tonight talking about one of my favorite games, Arkham Horror, the card game. We're in the middle of a Drowned City campaign right now, and so I thought I'd show you kind of where my deck is sitting today. We've got, I think, 2, maybe 3 scenarios left. I am running Marion Tavares, the Guardian. Been having a lot of fun with her, and first of all, check out the cool Gamegenic deck case. They just announced some new ones, but I've been really happy with these. Anyway, running Marion Tavares. She is a 2/3/4/3 Guardian, and her cool thing is she has just one arm. And so with her reaction ability is you can, after you play an event, you draw a card, and then you can play a different event. So tried to stack her deck as much as I could with a lot of events. She does have 1 fewer hand slot, so she's not really a weapons person. She's definitely rocking the events for sure. So 8 health, 6 sanity. So her deck building options, she can go Guardian cards 0 to 5, neutral cards 0 to 5, and then chosen trait level 0 to 2, and I chose Gambit for my trait. So Marion Tavares is who we're running. This is part of the Drowned City, so we're not going to talk about that. This is actually just shuffled coming out of the deck, so it's not in any particular order, but we'll just kind of talk through what I've got in. Currently still have an emergency cash. I went real heavy on resources, being able to get resources to be able to run and spend at different events. So emergency cash has been key in the deck. Level 2 overpower. I am one of the 2 fighters or tanks that we have in our group. So this one that I just put in just help give a little punching power as we go forward. Probably one of my favorite cards in the entire collection, level 2 survival knife. She's able to use this with her 1 hand slot. This is the weapon that I would be trying to go for if I am trying to get a weapon with Marion. So of course with this one, during the enemy attack phase, if the enemy attacks you, you can resolve this before resolving that attack. Basically you get to attack them. So love that card. Got some guts to help with the mythos phase. Got some heads there. This is her special card. If you apply this skill on a skill test, if it's successful and it's an event you played, you can put this back into your hand instead of discarding it. So next up is Bank Job. Again, very resource heavy deck. This card has come in tremendously handily throughout the campaign, just to give you that boost of resources. And again, if you're in a location with somebody, you can share those resources with your group. Level 2 guard dog. Love the guard dog. What can you say about a guard dog? Love the guard dog. There's my level 2 survival knife. Level 3 combat training. This one just came in, so I haven't had a chance to play through a scenario with this one. Basically it gives you a boost to your fists and your feet, and you can pump up those with resources. So this ties in nicely with the bank job and the emergency cash. Sweeping kick. Again, this just helps boost your fighting ability. Unexpected courage for those crazy skill tests that'll hit you. Level 2 guard dog we talked about. Money talks. Again, this ties in with the heavy resources that we get to help you get through a tough skill test if you have a lot of those resources, which most of the time I have been rocking a lot of resources. Level 2 emergency cash. I'm in the process of upgrading those other ones. When we get some more experience, the other emergency cash will go up. Determined we talked about. Overpower we talked about. Evidence. Put this one in to start with just so I could help out as needed with any type of book test. This will probably go out as we do more upgrades, as our other cloovers get more and more powerful. This is Marion's signature weakness. This has been kind of tricky. When you draw this, it goes into your threat area, and every time you play an event, you have to take a horror. To get rid of it, you have to discard 3 events. So there's been some times where this has been not so nice, but that is a weakness. Money talks, we've already talked about. Counterpunch, level 2 counterpunch. This has been fantastic. So this allows when an enemy attacks you, you basically get to attack it back with +2 fist and deal 1 damage. So you're basically, with the survival knife, with the counterpunch, with the guard dog, you're out looking for trouble. Lurker in the dark was my random basic weakness. This thing spawns at a connecting location and can only be attacked or damaged using weapon or tactic, so you have to have a weapon. So this has been a little tough with Marion. Luckily, we have Mark Harrigan, who's our other fighter. He's been able to help out quite a bit with that card. Bank Job we've talked about, Unexpected Courage. Vicious Blow, kind of a staple in a Guardian deck. Gives you that extra damage. This one's leveled up to level 2. Sweeping Kick we've talked about. Vicious Blow. Guts. 1-2 Punch. Again, this is a great card for a fighter. Gives you 2 attacks for the price of 1, basically. So you can really soak some damage into enemies with the 1-2 Punch. I threw some Lucky in there just to help mitigate some of those unlucky skill tests that we have. And again, there's that. Safeguard, this one just came in. This lets me move along with someone. So I'm going to try and stick with somebody, and I won't have to use as many of my actions for movement because I can be going with them where the bad guys are. First Aid helps you heal some damage or horror. This one's leveled up to level 3. So if the last couple of scenarios has been pretty tight as far as horror goes. So this one is heal damage and a horror from an investigator. So went for that upgraded First Aid, and again the Safeguard. So that's my Marion deck. Been so far a pretty fun campaign. We've got a good solid group of 4 of us that play, and we've been having a really good time with Drowned City. We've been, before Drowned City, we were going in order. We skipped over Scarlet Keys and Hemlock Vale to go to Drowned City. With the recent announcements as far as the upcoming year, we'll probably now go back and do Hemlock Vale would be our next one, as we await the shorter campaigns that'll be coming out in the spring and summer for Chapter 2, Arkham Horror. So anyway, thought you'd find an interesting run-through of my deck, and that is Arkham Horror, the living card game. Fantastic game. All right, that's it for me tonight. Have a great night. We will talk to you later.